There is no avoiding it because mercury is a prevalent toxicant in the environment. It's found in air, soil and water. Being aware of this fact, according to Ernesto Raul Luna, a biologist from Peru, is the first step in keeping away from ingesting colossal amounts of the chemical.
A lot of the mercury in the air doesn't come from mining. It comes from the burning of coal. And there's a lot of coal burning in the world because we are so hooked to fossil fuels.
Mary Parkins, a researcher of mercury in humans and wildlife at McGill University in Canada, says that the health problems begin when mercury is converted from inorganic to organic or methyl mercury,
which is the most toxic form of mercury, and that often happens in aquatic systems.
And methyl mercury likes fat. It gets stuck to fat of anything, the fat of a lettuce or a fat of a person, and accumulates along the life of any organism, and it concentrates up the food chain. And who's at the top of the food chain? People.
So if you're eating food like vegetables and plant, you're going to have much less mercury concentrations in that food. But if you're eating fish and then fish that eat other fish, then and marine mammals as well, you tend to have higher concentrations.
Dr. Afisa Kasula, an expert on non-communicable diseases from WHO Uganda, says the most at-risk people are fishermen and their families, as well as pregnant women, advised to eat protein in fish.
The mercury that is found in fish is usually transformed by bacteria. So this bacteria gets into plant food, which we call plankton, and that's how it accumulates in the fish. And this mercury in fish is not degraded, it remains mercury.
According to WHO, mercury can have toxic effects on the digestive and immune systems. Cooking does not eliminate it.
It is particularly bad for childbearing women because it affects developing fetuses as well as small children.
It may impair or affect negatively the development of intelligence.
It has harmful effects on the central nervous system, that is the brain and the spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, which are the nerves.
Fine movements and stuff like that get threatened. So you're not going to know what's happening to you, and probably you will have more accidents, you'll be more accident prone, and nobody will tell you that's because of the mercury, but that's what's happening.
And the lungs, the kidneys, the eyes, and the skin.
Its danger is determined by the amount ingested in one go or over time. Some of the signs to watch out for include
tremors, shaking, insomnia, you can't sleep, memory loss, forgetfulness, you can get a headache, and cognitive effects. Your reasoning capacity goes with mercury poisoning, and motor dysfunction.
Mercury is unfortunately very effective and very cheap to use chemical, hence it's found in your day-to-day products including batteries, measuring devices like thermometers and barometers, electric switches, lamps including some types of light bulbs, dental amalgam for dental fillings, skin lightening products and other cosmetic and pharmaceuticals.
The government needs to enforce laws on how these products should be disposed of.
In 2013, many countries globally agreed to sign a global treaty, the Minamata Convention, to get rid of mercury.
In all economic uses as soon as possible in the world.
Is that even possible?
Yeah, it is possible. It is possible. It is possible. The things that you do with mercury, you can do with other stuff.
Even though it's a poison, Ernesto says a chemical like cyanide, as long as contained, can help, including other technologies.
So it should be recycled so that it does not accumulate.
People, for instance, to eat fruit, because fruits have selenium, and if you eat fish with mercury, you will accumulate less mercury. There are a number, I mean millions of vegetarians all over the world, and they've been there for thousands of years. So saying that people need meat is stupid. It's a lie. It's not true.
In Uganda, scientists have taken samples of fish from hotspots around Lake Victoria and Choga to determine the levels of mercury in fish and the populace around.
In Eastern Uganda, and people are still mining this kind of gold, and this is a huge exposure to mercury, high toxic mercury. So in 10-20 years we may start seeing effects of mercury in those communities that are mining gold using mercury.
As part of her research, Marie is trying to develop easy sampling methods to look at exposure in mercury in both humans and wildlife. She says that even when it doesn't necessarily kill the wildlife, mercury affects the reproductive system.
I look at mercury in birds, and you can see that it can affect reproduction in birds, which can have population level effects.
Of concern, though, is the fact that this poison is elevated by the existence of other dangerous metals like lead, which are way more damaging. Florence Nalimba, NTV.